Hi guys, welcome to the session. This is Rajshekhar from St. Peter's Engineering College. Today we are going to discuss about the third experiment of the VECA tool. In this experiment, we are going to discuss about how to generate a decision tree. What is in a decision tree, and what is the process you have to follow to generate a decision tree by using a VECA tool. Let's start our session. Yeah. In the one type of a model that you have to create in a decision tree by using the Vector tool, train a decision tree using the complete data set as a trained data and report the model obtained after the training. So for this experiment, you have to load a data set with an credit-g.arff or any one of the data set which will accept the decision tree format and which is using in the classify tab. So for this experiment, you have to follow the procedure. With this, you have to load a data set. First, you have to open the VECA Explorer. Open the VECA Explorer and load the data set. After opening the VECA Explorer, click on the open file, go to the C drive where the data set is available. In the program files, search the VECA folder and go to the data, load the credit-g.arff. Why the credit-g.arff means the credit data will be useful for the classify tab and it is very useful and it's very similar to this data type. We can generate any decision tree which is very easy. So load the credit-g.arff. After loading the data, check how many attributes are there and how many instances are there in that particular data set. Why? Because the attribute generation and the instances are the very important to know that how many attributes and what are those attributes are related to the classify tab will be useful. So after loading the data set, check the how many attributes are there, how many instances are there. Check whether the class attribute is available or not. Why? Because the class attribute is the only one attribute in the overall data set will specifies the label of that particular decision tree. In this decision tree, what is a decision tree means? A decision tree is a structure that includes a root node, branches, and leaf nodes. Each internal node denotes the test of an attribute, and each branch node denotes the outcome of a test, and each leaf node denotes the class label. The topmost node is the tree is known as a root node. So this is a decision tree and the decision tree structure. So if you generate any one of the decision tree by using any data set, these steps only will follow. So a decision tree will have a root node, leaf node, and branches of that particular node. And the class label will specifies the, and it gives the clear information about the overall data set by giving an either good or bad, yes or no, right, wrong. So the decision making process step will be the class attribute. So after loading the data set, how to generate a decision tree means load the data set, check the attributes and how many instances are there, everything. After that, you have to classify. In this classify, you have to select any one of the classifier, which the classifier will give a decision tree. So go to the classifier tab, select the classifier which the decision tree will be useful. So in this process, in the classifier, we have multiple classifiers are available in the VECA Explorer. Those are the base classifiers, function classifiers, lazy classifiers, meta classifiers, and rules and trees classifiers. So in these trees classifiers, you can have to select the J48 classifier. Why the J48 classifier means the J48 is a very important and very familiar T generation algorithm tool. So the J48 algorithm will be useful for the generation of the decision trees and very clear. So select the J48 classifier. After selecting the classifier, you have to select any one of the test method, which is very useful. Here we have four test methods are available in the VECA Explorer. One is a training set, supply test, cross validation, and percentage split. If you use the training set test method, the training set test method will apply the overall classifier by using the data set, and it can be applied the test methods. If you want to cross validation process, the cross validation will have two types of the segmentations are available. That means in the cross validation, you can select the number of folds by using how many folds the test process will be done. And by using the number of folds, the test method will be applied means. So you can select any one of the options, either 2 or 5, 10. So Yeah, like that, you can select any one of the folds. You can give any number of the folds. The test process will be validated by using the cross validation. And the percentage split means the default it will be at the 66 percentages of the overall process. If you want to increase the percentage split means you can increase the percentage split by increasing the 70 or 80 or 90 or 100 percentage. If you keep that left, it will take the overall process and the process will be more like that. So in the beginning, we are taking as an use training set method only. After selecting the use training set method, and we have a few more options are available in these test options. If you click on the more options, it will shows the output model process and everything. So these are all the default selected evaluation options. If you want to modify any evaluation option, you can select and you can remove or else process will be done. So in this decision tree process, no need of the removing any evaluation steps. So I'm keeping the use training set method only. After selecting the use training set method, click on the start button. So if after clicking on the start button, the evaluation process, the result analysis, overall everything will be processed, and the result of that particular process will be displayed in the right side of the panel. That is in the output option. If you see the overall output, the evaluation process will be done here. And in the run information, it shows that which classifier you're using, which relation you are using, and how many attributes you are selecting, and what are those attributes, and how the attributes will be work. Everything will be displayed in the run information. If you see here, whatever the scheme of process, there is a vector classifier tree by using the J48 classifier. And what is the relationship means the name of that particular data set, German credit. How many instances means 1000 instances will be there. And how many attributes are loaded means 21 attributes will be loaded. What are those attributes also it will be displayed here. And what is the test method used for this classifier means the evaluation of the training set. This is the J48 prune tree structure from the first attribute to the last attribute, how the each and every attribute will be validated from the first to the ending. So this is the run information of the overall data set, which is connectivity from the one attribute to the another attribute, and the evaluation of that particular each and every attribute will be specified clearly in the run information. So after running overall trees, if you see here, the top after that one, after running the overall information, number of leaves, that means overall leaves which are connected from the root node to the next node, that is the internal node. So how many internal nodes are there means total the number of leaves are the 103, and the size of the tree means 140, and how much time it will take to construct a decision tree means 61 seconds. So it taken 61 seconds to generate a decision tree by the 103 leaves, and the size of that particular tree is 140. So overall process after completing the training data, the summary of the trained data by using the J48 classifier is here are the how many are correctly classified. That means you have 1,000 instances are there. In that 1,000 instances, how many are correctly classified? That means how many are the very perfectly classified attributes are there? How many instances are 855 instances? That is 85.5 percentage. How many incorrectly classified means those instances are not properly classified and it will not be useful for the process. Those are the 145 out of 1,000. 855 are the correctly classified and 145 are the incorrectly classified. Here we have a couple of statistics: mean absolute errors, root mean squared errors, absolute errors, and every error values will be there in these 145 instances. And the total instances are the 1,000. And what is the accuracy level of that particular process is then detailed accuracy by the class: TP rate, FP rate, precision value, recall values, F measures, MCC, ROC curve, or PRC curve. Classes of the overall accuracy level will be displayed here in the result analysis. And the final and the last step of this result evaluation is a confusion matrix. This confusion matrix only gives a clarity about the overall decision tree making. So in these classified attributes are we have the total instances are split into an A and B categories. In these A and B categories, how many are the perfectly classified like this? How many are the very perfectly given labels of the overall data means A and B will gives the correctly classified. So this is the run information of the overall evaluation by using the J48 classifier. After these classifier, how to generate a decision tree, how the generation of the decision tree will be done means If you see in the left side panel, the overall MLA Explorer will have any two partitions. One is on the left and the other is the right. In the left side, you have any test options. In the below, the result list will be there. If you run in a more than 2 or 3 or 4 times, automatically the result list will save the overall result list by mentioning of the time. So if you click on the result list, right click on that particular result list, it will be enabled here. The view in a main window, separate window, few options will be there. In these few options, you have to click on a visualize tree. If you click on the visualize tree, automatically the visualize tree will create the decision tree. It will create the decision tree. So this is the decision tree. So it will visualize the decision tree. If you maximize this decision tree, it will go into the screen process. So this is a decision tree generated after the evaluation part. This is the decision tree generated after the evaluation part. So in this decision tree, we have a multiple routes are there. Multiple routes are there. This checking status will be the root node. If you right click on here, and it can be selected as an auto scale, so it will move to the every process. Each and everything will be displayed here. Fit to screen means it will goes like this. So this is the decision tree generation. Decision tree generation. If you go the overall process, so after this, after completing of the decision tree, this is a process to design a decision tree. Now you can write the procedure how to construct a decision tree here. Step 1. So in the first step, we have to open the Weka Explorer and click on the Explorer. Under the pre-process tab, you have to click on open file and load the credit data set. Then like later you have to go to the classify tab, apply the J48 classifier. In the test method, use the training set and click on the start button. After selecting the start button, the result process will be completed. Then go to the result list, right click on that, right click and click on the visualize tree. A decision tree will be displayed on the new window. So this is the process to construct a decision tree, and by using a perfect and use the trained data set. Thank you.